would help if I actually put the mic over next to my face before I talk. It would also help if I would actually put the right camera up on the Just Chatting chair. Professional streamer. How's everybody doing tonight? Thanks for joining us. This is the series finale, Season 8. The 949 GT Sprint Series. Talking chair, that's right. How's it going, Reed? Servers online. We're going to switch over to free practice and watch folks turn a couple laps around track while we talk about the current standings, which are kind of mathematically locked for Division 1. And then Division 2 through 4 are still, still up for grabs. What's up, Zap? How are you doing, man? Give a quick shout out to the boys and girls over at Box 3. Be sure and check them out. They have an awesome multi-class league on Tuesdays that I'm a part of. That Zap race is same class as me. Guys over at Box 3 and Tracklicious have been working with us, and they've put on some really good upcoming race content that you guys should all check out. But I'm going to stop talking, and let's get switched over to the track. You're kidding me, right? There it is. It just took a second. It's just a black screen for a sec. Josh McKean, Protocharge Sim Sport, in second place in the Division Championship right now. I got Luke Southall, the championship leader, behind him in the Lexus. So Protocharge has actually had quite a run this season. What's up, Racer X? How are you doing? How are you doing? How's Trevor doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Haven't seen you in a while, Mike. Hope the sim racing is still going well where you are. We're just getting some really close shots of the Protocharge guys pushing each other around track. Really? Is it doing the same thing for the Elgato camera? Weird. Let me check that out real fast. Sorry about that, folks. I tested all these cameras before stream, so I'm kind of like surprised that it's not functioning as expected, but no, that's the Elgato. Weird. Let me try it again. Let's try this one more time. There we go. Loose cable. Got this laptop over here on a arm, and I guess when I moved it, it jiggled it loose. So, excited to watch the Long Beach race this weekend. Oh yeah, is that where IndyCar's at this week? Long Beach, or is it IMSA? I can't remember which. Still got 26 minutes in free practice. Blanchett on top of the timesheets with a 20.157. I'm pretty sure that won't last.
Well, if it's anything like me, Chris, hopefully that's just the one and only crash you get.
Here, I'll say hello to everybody. How's it going? It's going to be the last stream for a while, at least for the 949 GT Sprint Series. We're going to go on break after this. Definitely going to still have some 949 streams up. Going to be doing the Beer League on Tuesdays. Going to be doing... I'm also doing an M2 League on Mondays. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream that one yet. That's with New World Sim Racing. Should be fun. So... Wow, that 6 hours today and it finally just decided to crash. That's unfortunate. Ooh, getting a good shot of Carlos as he goes through Eau Rouge and Radion. Yeah, I figured they would put them both together for Long Beach this weekend. Looks like we've got... How many do we have in the server? Looks like we got 20 in the server with a little over 20 minutes left in free practice. Yeah, Australian GP2, man, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited to go back to Albert Park. Although, personally, I wish that we could still watch F1 cars at Adelaide, but that's me. I don't even think they have a Class 1 license anymore. I mean, Shy Guy, if you listen to what the Europeans are saying about another American race, they'd be throwing a fit. They've got to do this twice a year. Well, actually 3 times if you count. Well, actually 4, because you'll have Miami, you'll have Austin, you'll have Mexico City, you'll have Sao Paulo, and then on the other side of the world, you'll have Suzuka and Albert Park. So New Mare is trying to bring it back. Oh, Adelaide? That'd be awesome, man. Turn 8 at Adelaide is just like one of the most... It's like one of the iconic turns. It's very much like what we're watching here with Blanchimont, with walls. So... Blanchette's stuck behind one of the Porsches. I'm not sure who that is. Oh, it's Patty. Okay. I've still got to get used to Patty's new livery for his for the Porsche. Yeah, it's just a very different color scheme for Patty, so I'm not used to seeing him in that car. I'm still used to the Ryder SGR colors. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, that's the thing. F1's going where the money is right now, and there's so much market growth in the United States right now for Formula One, so they're just jumping on the bandwagon while there's still money on the table. While we still got some time, let's go ahead and switch over. Let me get the standings pulled up, and we can talk about where things are at with the current drop round calculations. Let's go over to here now. All right, let me get that set up. Apologies. Treating states like countries is inequitable. Now, Chris. Let's be nice. Let's get the game frame out of the way. Apologies, folks. So we'll have a little bit of engine noise in the background. I'll turn it down a little bit. That was a little too much. So here's the current standings as they are with drop rounds pre-calculated. So this assumes that everyone has raced their worst round up until round 8. So that includes an absence, that includes a DNF, a disqualify, did not start, whatever. So with drop rounds calculated with the 7 rounds we have so far, and keep in mind, double headers and double header formats and race weekend formats like the one we're doing tonight, because it's half points per race, it counts as 1 round. So if your worst race happened to be round 4, where we did the double header, we would drop both races for that round. It counts as 1 round's worth of points. So with that, we've got the standings here. Luke Southall in the lead of Division 1 by 30 points. So mathematically a lock. I mean, Luke would have to just basically not show up, and Josh would have to win both races to tie, which I think is highly unlikely. That's what it looks like right now if you just look at the numbers the way that it is right now. But yeah, Josh McKean, 30 points back, still 26 points on Zach. So it's still possible for Zach to maybe score enough points if Josh's luck is bad to maybe jump into P2. But it's mathematically high likelihood that Josh is going to finish in P2. Zach Patterson, 134 points, which is interesting because Zach had a really slow start to the season, the season 6 champ, but has moved up into 3rd in the standings. Nick Gonzalez, who's down in P5 right now, has had a couple of weeks with some pretty shocking points results. So, but still, fifth for someone as young and as talented as Nick in Division 1. That's impressive. And just take a look at that. Protocharge Sim Sport in all 5 positions of Division 1 right now. The top 5 positions. That's pretty impressive. Nick's going to have a fight on his hands to stay out in front of Coasty, as will Pete Hutchings. Dan Tazaro, mathematically kind of out of it for getting into the top 6, but could still extend on McNichol and Kerstetter. Sean Piner, probably mathematically where he is. So we'll see how Sean gets on with his race, because he's pretty quick in the Porsche. Not necessarily a strong car for this track in terms of the top speed. Sector 2 is going to be a benefit for the Porsche, so we'll have to wait and see. But Sean's pretty quick in the car, and I'm sure he'll do Crazy Rabbits proud. Mike Minning with Chum Motorsports, Scrubs Go Racing on top of Division 2. Mathematically, it's still possible for Kevin Blanchett to sneak in there. I think it's going to be tricky for Peter to maybe take a shot at the top spot, but Peter could still maybe knock Blanchett off of P2. Luciano Yads, also within striking distance of Peter. James Brown kind of out of it, but him and Shane Rees and Adam State are kind of locked in a pretty close battle in Division 2, so that should be interesting as well. Division 3, Will Bruner, after taking the win for Bathurst, he's got a points cushion going into the third race, but it's not mathematically decided, so he's going to have to get a good... Yeah, he did. He stopped... Oh, wait a minute. James Brown? Why do I have points totals for him then? Give me a sec. Hold on a minute. I don't believe you. Dude. Why did I remember seeing James's number showing up on some of the results when I was doing car change calculations? Was it round 6 where he dropped? Where did he drop? Chris will know. I'll just trust Chris's judgment. He knows better than me. Switching back over to the standings. He uninstalled. Wow. Yeah, that's rough, dude. Tell him get better. And, you know, it's a video game. Like, hopefully we'll come back to it. I mean, but if it's something that stresses you out, if it's something that impacts your mental health and stuff like that, by all means, do not go there. But you know, at the same time, too, wish him all the best. So yeah, Will, and Chemosith, not mathematical lock right now, so it's still up for grabs. Paula Brady could sneak into the top 2. That's not impossible. I think it's mathematically impossible that Paula wouldn't get P1 in division, but P2 is still in reach. Kind of same thing for Cole. Cole could sneak into the top 3, as could Carlos and Beachley, to be honest. So, again, close fights in Division 3 I think will be fun to watch unfold. JQ didn't take the win at Bathurst, but got enough of a good score, and Tyler Kozlakis lost a bit of ground. So he's on top with the drop round calculation thus far. But Tyler's only 15 points back, so it's still within reach, as it is with Jose. And it looks like also with Justin Rowley. So it's going to be interesting to see. Just looking through the standings in Division 4 to round out standings talk. So yeah, Rowley, Steve K, Brad Sievers. That could be interesting. See where they end up. Looks like the drivers are in the pits for the briefing. But that's the current state of the teams, or the drivers. Let's look at the teams going into the final race. Firelight Esports could potentially catch up to, I mean, technically from a points value perspective, they're not mathematically far off from Sky High. I mean, that's what, 23, 25 points, and there's going to be 2 points finishers if both Will and Brad are racing. So that's entirely possible. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. 949 Red not out of it as far as maybe catching back up with Protocharge SimSport Pete Squared, because Pete Squared moved into second after last race. So Red's going to have some work cut out for him to try and take that spot back. Let's look. Looks like Adept, 11 points back from Firelight, Protocharge, Omega, and Crazy Rabbit Silver. Pretty close. Arcane Racing only 1 point away from catching the lone Honda of Zach Patterson for Protocharge Sim Honda, which is kind of funny. Yeah. We still got some interesting stuff going on. Let's go hit up the format information real quick, give you guys a rundown of what you can expect tonight. So we do have the race weekend format pulled up for tonight. It's a 2-race. I consider this probably one of the most challenging formats I think that we run in the 949 GT Sprint Series. It's a 2-race format with a with split qualies. So you have quali race. And what's interesting about it is, so we have a 30-minute race 1, and then a 60-minute race 2. And even though the race is longer, they're still even on points. So it's 15-15 for top spots in both races. Pits are open. 1 liter of fuel is required, fixed fueling. Tires, however, are optional, and tire sets are unlimited. So it's going to be interesting. With that 30-minute race and that mandatory pit stop, there's a lot to lose if you bungle it. Like, it's going to be hard to recover if you bungle a pit stop in a 30-minute sprint, but it's just going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. But yeah, that's the race weekend format. It's the toughest one because it's longer than the Enduro, and again, you've got really 2 different feels for a sprint race packed into like one round. Hey, Dad, how's it going? Raise hell, press delete. All right, let's go. Switch back over to here. So yeah, Spa is going to be the format. Race weekend. 24 degrees on track. We got a 10 a.m. and a 1 p.m. race start, respectively, for in sim time for both races. Spa, tricky circuit, historical, kind of 2 tracks bolted together. I like it as far as endurance racing. It's actually pretty good. I've actually not watched a lot of sprint races outside of like Formula One at Spa. Going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out. So we're just waiting for the drivers to finish their briefing, and we might catch a little bit of the end of free practice. There we go. As always, we do have pit wall turned on for live timing data. Anybody that's interested in following along, be sure and check out the pitwall.live sites. It's free. No cost to you to get just the general live timing data. And if you sign up for the free account, you can get a little bit more than just your run-of-the-mill live timing data, which is pretty cool. I like it. Trying to think of what else got going on. Do want to take an opportunity to remind you all that we do have some awesome racing action coming up with Tracklicious in Box 3. We're getting geared up for another endurance series, which, by the way, the current one, last round, if you're interested, the last round at Kyalami, they're still booking for it. So if you want to participate in the 2 hour, 40-minute finale of the Tracklicious 949 Winter Endurance Championship, there's the URL at raceapp.eu. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Kyalami is a good track. It delivers on when it comes to the action on track. It's just a really good road circuit. Probably one of the best in ACC, in my opinion, for on track battles, I think. Yeah, it looks like driver's briefing is over. Let's go ahead and switch back over to the on track action. Looks like we're on board with one half of 949 Red, Ed Kerstetter, in the McLaren. Getting a lot of seesaw action out of the wheel as he goes through Rivage and towards no-name corner. Another thing I want to remind you guys real quick, a race that's coming up next week. Box 3 is running 24 hours of Imola with GT3s, the Porsche Cup car, and the M2. And there's still signups open for that. There's the SimGrid link. I'm going to be participating in it, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I hope to see some of you guys jump in, get some fun 24-hour racing action in some of these spec cars, like the M2 and the Porsche Cup in particular. Like, I'm really interested in those cars in particular. Been doing a lot of work with the M2. It's a lot of fun. I really wish that Low Fuel would do M2 races at any times. I would race the crap out of that series. More drivers heading out onto the track. Ed Kerstetter is going to come across the line, set up for a flyer. Let's actually turn off the autopilot and follow Ed around. So he just exited La Source Corner, the hairpin. Turn 1. There's a sideways car on the track at Eau Rouge. Gets out of his way. I want to know, that might have invalidated his lap. But anyway, so he's headed down Kimmel Straight. I would love to know the story about how the car ended up like that. Long straight into Les Combes. Probably the best, the second best passing opportunity on this track, La Source being the primary one. Actually, I would probably put the bus stop chicane over Les Combes, but into Rivage. Downhill double right-hander. Looks like he's struggling for grip in the rear as he goes into no-name corner. Just basically just drifting the car into the corner. But keeping his foot in it. Trying to push the car through the corner. Into Pouhon. Rear end is really, really temperamental in the McLaren right now. On the approach to Lafani. Medium speed right-left. He's going to slow down a little bit more for the left-hander before he heads into Stavelo. Yeah, he definitely invalidated there. Yeah, it looks like the grip levels in the rear are just not really sitting well with Ed. Exiting campus, and now through Paul Friere. On approach to Blanchimont. One of the trickiest high-speed corners, I feel like, in racing. It's very, especially when you're battling, it's a very tricky corner to take. And into the bus stop chicane. He's going to exit the bus stop and come across the line. We'll see what his time was. It won't be valid. So he did a 2:20. Probably a little bit more pace in the car. Definitely would have generated a little bit of heat with into the tires with the amount of scrubbing he was doing. Looks like we got some more people joining in. 27 on track. That's fantastic. Let's switch around, take a look at who else is on track doing stuff. Ryan McIntosh in the Porsche for Volante Racing. Just reading through some data real quick. There's the champ leader, Luke Southall. He is right on cue to take the first ever 3-time championship in the 949 GT Sprint Series. Been racing with Luke a long time. And it took a while for him to get to the championship step. But back-to-back 2 times. Looking for 3 in a row. Or actually, no. Sakame's the 2-time that's been back-to-back. Luke was Season 5 and Season 7. So he would be back-to-back for Season 7, Season 8, but not 3 in a row. So still cool. So Ryan McIntosh on top of the timesheets right now with a 2:18.957. That's going to invalidate. Thanks again, everybody, for being a part of the show. Like, really appreciate all the people that have been racing with us over the last 2.5 years. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah. Also, a big shout out to the folks behind the scenes that made Season 7, Season 8 very much possible. And I'm talking about Matt Paremba, Matt Bergen, Chris PK.
I just got tingly all
Would not have been
over.
possible to do Season 7 or Season 8 without their help. So, really appreciate it. Lots of support. Shout out to folks that have been helping us from the beginning. Talking about Lord Olam in the stewarding box. Also, shout out to, other 949 team members, Ed Kerstetter, Papa Kame, Matt Coffin, those folks, Shane Rees. You guys are awesome. What's up, Turner? How you doing? 2 races at Spa. You ready? You ready for Monday? The M2? Oh, wait a minute. It's not this Monday. It's the following Monday. It's the 16th. I see. I forgot like you did. Waiting for your pizza to get here? And I wish I had pizza. You're going to trash talk us in the M2? Well, man, if I race anything like I did in the Box 3-1, it's going to be easy to pass me. That said, I'm gonna step it up. I'm gonna bring my A game. I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna find where they sell A game, and I'm gonna buy them out of stock. Every copy of A game coming my way. It's gonna be triple A game. I mean, that is absolutely correct. We definitely, I don't know why it's block and try hard, Turner. I don't know what's up with our auto mod. Like, it's set to, I think, the highest settings. Like, when I say the highest, I mean the most, like, liberal settings, and it block try hard, like, whatever. Okay. First message. So, Mom of Cap, shout out to Patty for, putting his head in the books, passing his senior exams. Mad congrats. Max wait time, flying laps count. 2/10 of a second between Luke Southall and Ryan McIntosh. Joseph Kostovich sneaking into third in the McLaren. Kosty's going for that third spot. Here we go, folks. Quali is underway.
Ask any racer, any real racer. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile.
How's it going, Cole Hawks?
Winning's winning.
How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good deal. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope you get to feeling better. We're in quali right now, so last round, 949 GT Sprint Series, Season 8. It's kind of interesting right now. We had the camera on Will Bruner and Chemosith, who are locked in a battle for who's going to be on top of Division 3. So the qualifying is going to be real short today. We've only got 15 minutes for qualifying. It's going to be the Division 3, Division 4 runners get 8 minutes, and then the Division 1, Division 2 runners get 7 minutes. So it's all about getting that first lap down as much as you can. It matters. This is probably... I keep saying every time we go into one of these races with a different format outside of the normal GT Sprint Series format, that this qualifying is the most important qualifying. I think with how close the battles are in Division 2, 3, and 4, this is the most important qualifying of the season. So Brad Severs in the Firelight Esports Jag. Got a little bit of autopilot problem. Let me switch that out real quick. So, just watching Brad in the Jag on approach to the bus stop. So here we go, flying laps now. Let's check the data real quick and see is generating some deltas. Will Bruner's generating some deltas. He's got a 10th as he heads into the Kimmel Straight now. Will Bruner, Firelight Esports in the AMG, currently leading Division 3 by 18 points. So it's super close between him and Chemosith right now. I mean, it's close enough in that, depending on how the results work out, it's not a mathematical lock for Will, but Will could potentially seal the deal with a good, solid points place finishing in both races. Doesn't even have to win, just solid points finishes. And I think he could be a mathematical lock tonight. So it's really all still to play for. That is interesting. I do not see Blanchette or Menning in the server right now. That's interesting. I'll go check over in the events. Interesting. Menning and Blanchette are signed up for the race, but I do not see them in the lobby. And we saw Blanchette in the there's Blanchette now. I see him now. Where's Menning though? Interesting. I don't see Mike Menning anywhere. Yeah. I believe so. Tez. I believe it's still there. Bruner comes across the line with a 21.957. Patty McNichols got a 10th. He's going to have to take another shot at it, though. I think he invalidated. Jose Guzman, kind of same deal. Going to have to take another swing at it. Looking for somebody who's in their lap. Beachley's got negative 2.4. But that's not true because we don't know what his full sector calculations are. Oh, Ryan, thank you so much. How are you doing, sir? Hope you're having a good time. 22.4 slots Beachley in 5th fastest. Brad Sievers is starting to increase that delta. He's got about 3/10 in his pocket. Somebody else who's got some time in his pocket that is yet to convert. We're going to ride on board with him for a bit. Let's ride on board with Mr. Justin Moffitt. Feeling the 949 feels? I appreciate that, Ryan. I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good, man. Justin going into Poolhole right now. Muff's got his Twitch handle on the back, but here's the thing. I think I follow him on Twitch, or if I don't, I'm going to after this. Does he actually stream? Have I been missing this whole time? Has Muff been streaming this whole time and I just didn't know? About to go find out. Is he live? No, he's not live. Okay. Well, I'm going to hit him with a follow anyway. How's it going, Doggo? Hope you're doing well. So, Mr. Moffitt's got to go into the bus stop right now. Now, the Division 3, Division 4 runners still have 1 more minute left on track to get their qualifying laps done. And Justin Moffitt down currently 1.5, but he's getting ready to calculate for the first time because he invalidated his first lap. Goes across the line, 3rd fastest, 9/10 off the pace. Chemosith on top, though, with that 20.670. That's a big qualifying for Chemo. Where is... Oh, JQ's got 2/10 as he goes into the bus stop. Currently in the lead of Division 4. The margins are slim, though. We're looking at the points totals right now. We're talking 15 points between him and Tyler Kozlakis, who I don't actually see on track right now. So JQ, and it might be between JQ and Jose Guzman. So JQ comes across the line 7th fastest. Rowley's got a 10th. He goes 9th fastest. 2.7 off the pace. Right now, Will Bruner's in the pit box with 5th fastest, currently 9/10 off the pace. Paula Brady in Division 3 right now, currently sitting 3rd with 132 points. That is only 15 points back from Chemo Sith, who's in 2nd. You just want to finish a race today? I hear you, man. You've had some rough luck this season. So the Division 1, Division 2 runners will be out on track right now. Let's tune into Homeschool. Where's Homeschool at? Who's that in front of him? Oh, it's Dan. Dan, I don't have your livery. Now, wait a minute, Dan. I've never deleted a livery. Ever. So the fact that I don't have your livery means that something suspicious is going on your end, sir. And I'm not lying when I say that. I've never deleted a livery. I'm looking right now at my livery folder. Let's just go ahead and hit right-click liveries and see how big it is. 7.98 gigs. That is 566 liveries. Well, 566. Some of them could be empty from like people joining in like open lobbies and stuff. So maybe a lot of them are, but that's still a lot of folders. So Carlos jumps 5th fastest. He's got to dive into the pits now and get off track. 7/10 off the pace. Where's Rowley at? Rowley's in the pits. Okay. So everybody's in the pits. Let's find Mr. Blanchette right now. He's trying to chase down Mr. Mike Minning, who I still don't see on track anywhere, which makes me curious. I bet he got numbered because Blanchette runs 4.20. And he's been running it all season. So I think Tez got numbered. Although that's still, I don't understand how that should still show the livery. Yeah, I don't know if that's the case here. I'm just joking with Tez. It could be totally something on my end that I've goofed up. In which case, Tez, feel free to make fun of me. Break out the policeman in chat. Ooh, getting slidey on the exit of Radion. Radillion corner. Matt Paremba in the 46. He's running the Belgian Audi Club Team WRT. He's driving the Rossi car, the one that missed the pit box this past weekend in SRO. It's hilarious. Going through Blanchimont into LaFanny. It's still a pretty car, though. That's a really good looking livery. He's got 4/10, but Luke Southall's got 6/10 as he is on approach to LaFanny. So he's behind Paremba. Nick Gonzalez gets nailed with a DSQ and pits. Nick, what are you doing? Nick. I mean, I have the livery too. I mean, I'm 100% sure I have the livery. Someone drove backwards? What's up, Patty? What's wrong? You thought wrong, sir. So Luke Southall, the Division 1 champ, 9/10 up going in to the last corner complex, comes across the line. Must have been validated somewhere. He's still not posted a time. Or that might actually be his first lap. Tazaro, though, he's on a flyer. Going uphill now. Dan Tazaro in the turn 1 BMW. Currently 1.5 seconds off the pace. Sean Piner on top right now with that 2:19.235. That's a pretty good time. Right now, Josh McKean, he's getting ready to finish his second lap. He's currently up 0.6 into LaFanny. Currently second in the championships, 30 points back from Luke. You invalidated every quali lap? I'm sorry, Patty. But you passed your senior exams. Congratulations, sir. You know what you did invalidate every time? Your senior exams. Yeah, Jose, 1.4 off the pace, like 0.05 of a second between him and Chemosith. That's pretty good. Into Blanchimont, and now into the bus stop chicane for CEO of spinning on the last lap. Lightning McKean comes across the line and goes not fast enough, or he's invalidated somewhere else, so he's going to have to take another shot at it. And that's dangerous too. That is dangerous. These guys might actually be invalidating so they can start from the back too. I forgot about that. Yuki, thank you so much for the follow. You're watching the series finale of the 949 GT Sprint Series. Dealer's Choice. The drivers got a vote, and they picked Spa for the race weekend format. It's going to be 2 sprint races tonight, a 30-minute and a 60-minute. So 90 on-track minutes of action. Dan Tazaro comes across the line, jumps 6th fastest. So we got McIntosh, Paremba, Piner, Kostovich, Blanchette.
Darkness inside of me. It wants to get
Yuki.
out, wants to walk around.
We barely even knew each other, and you're already subbing. Appreciate that, man.
It wants to walk up with the people and say, hey,
I want to say hello in person.
play no shit. You feel me?
Thank
never
you.
been about that. Never
Too
been about
kind.
playing no shit.
Too kind. So flying laps do count. Just looking at data right now. Yeah, Josh McKean and Luke both have pace. I think they're invalidating starting from the back. Peter Greaves really could use a finished lap right now. Chris knows you, Yuki. I do not have the privilege of knowing you. Thank you so much for the sub. Hope you enjoy the show. So Tez is up on his time. So is Kerstetter. Kerstetter's sitting in 8th currently with 20.575. Kostovich has a 10th going into Sector 3. He's at a 2:19. Fantastic coming to support the Donk for Hire, Paula Brady. He doesn't know you because you're not using your name, your Corvid. So Kosti's up on his time. He's got some traffic in front of him. Looks like that's Kerstetter. I wonder if there's a little bit of a tow game going on. Tez has got 5/10. Kerstetter's got 3/10. So there's still an opportunity here, but right now McIntosh sitting on top with that 218 or 218. I'm gonna learn how to read my numbers. 218.867. Well, the next season is going to be a while off, Rabid. What I would recommend is check out these guys because they're going to be taking a bit of the time slot while we are on break. That is the Tracklicious Sim Racing folks. Kerstetter goes 3rd fastest. Kostovich goes 4th fastest. And that is it for qualifying. So Ryan McIntosh is going to take that pole position. So the Tracklicious guys, they're going to be starting a series. It's going to be multi-class on Thursdays. And that is going to start... actually, the calendar information is up on their site. I don't want to get it wrong. they've got that going on. Also, we've got the Box 3 Beer League on Tuesdays at 10. Also, New World's got a M2 series they're firing up on Mondays. You should go check that out. So there's the link for New World. There's the link for Box 3. And Tez, I do not have your livery somehow. I don't know how. I've never deleted a livery, but somehow I don't have yours. It's been a long day without you, my friend. What do you mean, Banshee? I never left. Like Danny Ricciardo said at Monza, I never left. All right. So we're going to get ready for the race. Let's jump into the drive. It's possible. Yeah. It's possible that's what it is, Tez. Either way, my apologies, kind sir. I should have... You said you were going to do the M6. I should have double-checked before I jumped in. So, yeah, let's talk. We do have 2 minutes and 25 seconds. They are going to do the short lap. So we're not going to get the full formation lap. But let's go ahead and do the rundown real quick. On pole position for Volante Racing, Mr. Ryan McIntosh, friend of 949 for a long time. He's raced with us for a long time. He's done both on Twitch. He's done ACC. He's done iRacing. He's done a little bit of everything. Really fast dude. Can kind of just get in the car and just do stuff. Yeah, Ryan McIntosh in the Volante Racing Porsche. We've also got Matt Paremba alongside him on the grid for 949 Sim Racing, but running the Belgian Audi WRT Audi livery car 46. Second row of the grid, we got a lockout for 949 Red with Ed Kerstetter and Joseph Kostovich, both in the McLaren respectively on the second row. We got Sean Piner for Crazy Rabbits putting it on the third row in the Porsche alongside Chris McNichol for Scrubs Go Racing Ravens Reptiles in the Audi. Really good qualifying for Chris in front of Dan Tizarro, guy he's chasing down in the points in the 4-2-1 for turn one. BMW M6, the only one on the grid. It's a treat tonight. We got Kevin Blanchett with the Sky High Beaver Motorsports Lexus car 420 on the fourth row of the grid. Alongside him, Division 3 P9 on the grid, Chemosith. That's a really good quality. Actually, most of the Division 3 runners are like split up the middle of the field here, starting from P9 back down to, I'd say, P17. That's actually pretty impressive. But Chemosith, P9, but Jose Guzman, Division 4 P10 for RG Racing. That is a massive lap for Jose. Luciano Yads from Madhouse Academy in the 99 P11 alongside Homeschool Racer in the Protocharge Sim Sport McLaren. Paula Brady, the Donk for Hire in the Audi R8 Evo 2. 13th on the grid alongside Justin Beachley with Tracklicious. He's in the Beach GT Aston Martin. We got Carlos Guzman for RG Racing, 15th on the grid in the Arcane Honda. Muff in the Crazy Rabbits BMW M4, 16th on the grid in front of Will Bruner for Firelight Esports in the AMG. JQ's running the Emil Frey Lexus, P18 in front of Shane Rees for 949 UK in the Porsche. We've got Justin Rowley in the 404 for RG McLaren, 20th on the grid. Sam Ramsbottom in the Aston Martin for Karimba Bimba. Brad Sievers for Firelight in the Jag. That's a treat. What's up, Meaty? We've got Patty McNichol, 23rd on the grid. Just finished his senior exams. Again, congratulations, Patty, for Chum Motorsports Scrubs Go Racing. We've got Josh McKean, Protocharge Sim Sport in the Aston Martin, 24th on the grid. Luke Southall, 25th on the grid in the Protocharge Lexus. And Zach Patterson in the Protocharge Honda, 26th on the grid. And Nick Gonzalez, 27th on the grid in the Protocharge Bentley. So Protocharge in the back of the field. We're green lights. Let's go. Indo Rouge. Lots of things are up for grabs. On board. Oh, man, he is giving him a fight already. Matt Paremba in the Belgian Audi WRT. On the inside, they touch. He keeps it. He keeps it planted somehow.
Matt Paremba just keeps it playing. Oh, no, and the two Porsches come together. That is super unfortunate. How many cars were involved in that? That is a massive, massive moment. Yeah, it's all gone off the rails indeed. It's not how we wanted to do things at all, but we're going to give him another shot at starting the race. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened in the start. It just kind of got kind of crazy, but we're going to give him another shot at it. Thanks everybody for being patient with us. Really sorry that we had to red flag that session, but there was a pretty big pile up on the exit of Lacombe. Yeah, Ed had a hell of a start. That's going to be super unfortunate, but at the same time too, there was a significant number of cars that were involved in that. I'm counting 8. No. Wait a minute. No, that's not 8. Double that. 16 cars. We've only got 27 cars on the grid. Yep. Indeed, Mom of Cap. Indeed. So let's look through the field. Looks like we did retain everybody. So hats off to everybody who's participating in the race for starting it over again. Appreciate the patience of the drivers. So yeah, 50 seconds, and then we're going to go rolling again. Indeed, Beachley. Yep, indeed. I hope so too. It's definitely will screw with your mojo if you have to start and stop like this. Like, again, apologies to the racers, but there was enough people involved in that accident. That's probably the worst accident on the exit of Lacombe that I've probably seen. I've seen accidents at the front of it, and I've seen those accidents spill over into the other side of it, but I've never seen an accident going into Malmedy quite like that. So, well, Ibar, I really hope not. It would be really nice if we could get a clean start to the race. Anyway, thanks everybody at home for sticking with us while we get this race restarted. You're watching the 949 Sim Racing community. This is the series finale for us. Again, just really hoping for a good, clean start. Yuki, thank you. Appreciate it, man. And here we go. We're going to do it again. Second burst, same as the first. And here we go. On approach to Eau Rouge. Getting a little bit of duplicate shots. Let's switch over to camera 3 as we go down the Kimmel Straight. Cars again jockeying for position, I should say. Into Lake Home this time. Oh, Kostovich getting squeezed. Nope. Ed's giving him the space. I was thinking. I saw Ed's nose point towards the apex of the corner, and I was thinking to myself, they're going to come together. So looks like a clean restart. This isn't British racing. It isn't. We are very much Americans here. But at the same time, too, we try to keep it fun. Yeah, it is a good start for Coasty. Coasty is sitting in the draft behind Kerstetter right now, but it looks like McIntosh is starting to open up a little bit of a gap to Kerstetter. Bremba doing work in that Audi WRT. Let's take a look at towards the back of the field. We got Chemo Sith right now in the draft of Blanchette. Also see Dan Tizarro. Let's ride on board with Tez. He's in the Turn 1 BMW. What's up, Boss Pat? What happened? Was I navigating through the broadcast app and then I missed a crash? Somebody tumble down the order? Oh, is that Bruner? Did Bruner get hit? Yeah, Bruner's in the pits. Not sure what happened to Will. Now, from a mathematical perspective... Oh, Cura? Did him and Cura come together? JQ's still out on track. Let's take a look at his car. Doesn't appear to be any damage. Guzman is down too. Oh, did Jose and Bruner come together? I'm looking right now. I see Bruner and Beachley and who else? Gonzalez in the accident data, but I don't see necessarily anything that indicates... I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Like, I can't tell from the accident data, like, who ran into whom, but I can tell, like, if people touched. In the meantime, Kostovich putting in work. Thanks, I appreciate it. It's not sure, Boss Pat. Man, there's a build-up. So Blanchette did get around Ooh, wow. We're getting some action between Kerstetter and McIntosh in the top right corner of your screen right there. Yeah, so white is both Division 1 and Division 2. Because we don't do the JSON placards because it's a nightmare to manage. And here's the action. So Costy's in front of, it looks like, yeah, it is. It is such a nightmare, man. Looks like we got Paula Brady. Looks like the Protocharge guys are moving through the field. Ooh, up the inside now. I don't know if Chris just got squeezed into the pits or what. He could be taking the early pit stop, though. Again, it's a 30-minute race. There is a mandatory pit stop in effect. So Kostovich and McIntosh going at it. Kostovich is like really close to McIntosh on the exit. So's Piner. Piner's right there. Intended pit. Probably smart, man. With a 30-minute race like this, getting out of the traffic early actually could be of a benefit. So Tazaro duking it out with Chemosith. Chemosith looks like he is going to move around. Look at all those track cuts. Strategic cut. Deploy. So Patty McNichol, currently 4/10 back from Shane Rees, sitting 16th. Quote, no time gained. You're breaking the law, no time gained. So Sean Piner. So we got McIntosh, Kostovich, Piner. Let's ride on board with Piner in the Crazy Rabbits Porsche. That's right. They say you cut the course. See, that's the thing, Turner. A lot of people complain about the X's in iRacing versus the track cuts in ACC. They say the X's are too much in iRacing, but you get 4 cuts with time gain in ACC, and you're taking a trip. You're taking a Joker lap. Like, that's actually pretty intense, in my opinion, in comparison. They're racing each other pretty hard. Now, the thing is, Sean's already alongside him as they get ready to go into the source, and the Porsche has better brakes. Into the corner. Now, Coasty would have been able to take a better line on exit, so he should have the better run and the inside line going into Eau Rouge, but we're going to wait and see how this evolves. Let's actually look at it from McIntosh's perspective. So Coasty does come out ahead. Now, this is from Coasty's perspective with Piner in the draft. Blanchette's right behind Piner. So it's close. Very close. Piner has a little bit of a moment out of the exit of Lake Home. That's the drive-through. Oh, hey, cool. Somebody wants to give us followers. That is so nice. Why can I not remove this guy? I don't understand. I have mod settings turned on, yet I can't kick this dude. Oh well. I keep clicking their name, I keep right-clicking the name and stuff like that. It's not giving me the ban, purge, or timeout options. Bet you I can just ban the name. Yeah. So Piner and Blanchett heading to the pits. That's probably strategic again. People are trying to get out of this traffic as best they can. Chemo Sith went in. Patterson, South Hall. Currently sitting E8, 9 respectively. Shane Rees in the 949 UK. (949) UK Porsche currently 14th, has yet to pit. Meanwhile, the leader of this race, skating away in the Audi, Matt Paremba. I'm sorry to hear that, JQ. I'm not seeing anybody with ridiculous ping, including McIntosh, which is kind of uncharacteristic. He was 5th, now 10th. I think he went into the pits, if I remember correctly. Piner? Yeah, he went into the pits. He didn't have damage on the car when he went in, at least that I could tell. Peter Greaves currently sitting in 7th. Keysum, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it, man. JQ, if you can rejoin, try and finish 75% of the race so you can get the 10 points. With where things are for you in the championship, it's probably best for you to try and get every single point you can. Yeah, you can rejoin the race. We don't lock it. You should be able to rejoin. Let's take a look around. So Blanchett and Piner are duking it out. Ooh, Blanchett loses it at Pujon, has to bail out of it. Yep, that can happen sometimes. I run my bias pretty far back in the Lexus. So let's jump back into this battle at the front here. We got Ryan McIntosh, who did find his way back around Kostovich. Pretty crazy exit out of no-name corner right there. Definitely caught him out. My frames look like they are taking a straight up dive. What is that? No? Frame time should be fine. Weird. Ooh, a little bit of snap oversteer that Ryan is currently fighting against right now. Yeah, I know. The Porsche's wanting to go into its natural state of rearward facing. So McIntosh going into the pits at the halfway point. So does Tez. Luke and Patterson are giving each other a fist fight. Josh McKean in front of him. Let's get back into here. Got Sam and there's Jose Guzman and Shane Rees. I like to jump into the stream and ask because as someone who's always in the AM class, we never get screen time. Well, right now we're actually tuned in to the car the car that was in front of Sam that we were following along with was this guy right here, Jose Guzman, who actually qualified 10th in Division 4, which is pretty cool. Sound is low because of the camera height. Like the reason why is because Oh, Jose, save it. Oh, that, he may have saved himself some serious damage. Hopefully he can get back out on track. Rears are going to be so hurting right now. He almost caught it, and he may have saved himself from some major damage because he buried his foot in it, trying to keep it from the wall. Yeah, 20 seconds of damage maybe. Commentator's curse. I try not to. It happens sometimes. So where's Ed at? Ed is currently moving through lap traffic. This is Bruner trying to catch up to Beachley, it looks like. Looks like Kerstetter and Bruner are going to touch. They're still touching. They're still touching. They're still touching. The end of Blanchimont. McNichol currently 11th on track in front of Sean Piner. So we still have 10 in front that have yet to pit. Paremba, Kerstetter, Kostovich, McKean, Patterson, Southall, Greaves, Yads, Gonzalez, and Guzman. Please give them some privacy. Guys, get a room. Get a room. Not really sure what's going on here, but Southall almost just gravediggers right over the top of the Honda. Actually got Beachley and Bruner here going at it. Beachley and Bruner both have taken their mandatory pit stops. 10 minutes, 16 seconds. Beachley's got to bail out of it at Puholm. Bruner gets around him. Man, Beachley is fighting this car. Man. It just looks like the back end wants to step out on him. I wonder if it's like zero wing Aston problems. Kostovich is gaining in the background. So Jose's in the pits. Now Jose's going to probably get some fresh rubber after taking that massive drifto through Eau Rouge. Impossible to die in, it's too stable. Interesting. So he gets it nailed down. He gets it figured out. So Beachler's got it figured out. Let's go jump into some of the data. We're going to take a look at Peter Greaves and Luciano Yads. Well, Luciano takes the pit. He's behind Luke Southall right now. So it's Rees, Southall, and then Greaves. Through the data now to find some more close fights on track. Blanchette and McIntosh are going at it into Campos. McIntosh is just glued to his rear end. Getting a big old sniff. McIntosh on the inside. Blanchette's still there. They might have tapped. Now, the straight line acceleration out of the Porsche is going to be to benefit of McIntosh. Blanchette's got more straight line speed on the Lexus, so it's going to be interesting seeing how these cars handle down the Kimmel Straight. Then we've got Sean Piner, and it looks like Chris McNichol in front of him. Let's actually look at Chris McNichol right now in the Scrubs Go Racing Ravens Reptiles Audi. Him and Piner are duking it out through Eau Rouge and Radeon. What a shot. Cresting the hill like that. That's a clip. That's clip worthy. Piner on the inside of the exit. Now, he's got the outside line into Malmedy, but Chris has got the inside line. Oh, McIntosh almost goes right into the back of him. This is hair-raising stuff right now. These cars are so close together. Ooh, McNichol into the grass. He gets a little bit of a hop. Piner's making a clean getaway. You're not confident? I mean, it takes you're not going to learn how to have that kind of confidence, Yuki, if you don't take the shot. Yeah, Paremba's in the pits. So what we want to look for is we want to look for Kostovich on track. Where is Kostovich? Kostovich out on track. He's already come across the line. Paremba's rolling down pit lane. And he's going to get out ahead of Kostovich. So I think Piner's got a pretty healthy gap on the field right now. Or not Piner, Paremba. Yeah, he's headed down Kimmel Straight right now. So it's Rudy. Looks like from a gap perspective on the undercut, Not really going to work for anybody who tried to sneak around Matt Paremba that way. Now, that said, currently race leader is Ed Kerstetter, who has yet to pit with 4.5 minutes left. So Ed's going to have to pit, and he's going to have a good one, because he's only got technically one more lap to do it in. In fact, Kerstetter, McKean, Patterson, Southall, and Greaves all only have one lap left to pit before they're probably going to run out of time. Because the pits are going to close a minute and a half before the end of the race. So it's pretty much this lap for Kerstetter, McKean, Patterson, Southall, and Greaves to get that pit stop knocked out. 11 seconds between Paremba and Kostovich. That is a healthy gap. Let's turn the track map off. Jump back into the battle between Piner and McIntosh. Oh, we got some traffic down the Kimmel Straight here. Looks like Bruner on the outside of his teammate, going around through Lake Holm. Bruner's a man on a mission, cutting through the field up into P20 right now, which puts him 5th in Division 2. Jose Guzman getting nailed with a DT. That's not what Jose wanted. JQ 2 laps down, needs to take a pit stop to get the mandatory pit stop out of the way. There's Kerstetter, Patterson moving through the field now. Ooh, Rally's having a moment going into LaFanny. Yes, there's a 60-minute race that comes after this one. So there's... Ooh, Patterson. I think Patterson might have done a wall ride. That's pretty intense. So Kerstetter in the pits. Where is Paremba? Paremba. So he's just now going through Poolholm. So he's going through Stavelo right now into Campos. Again, for the folks at home, we do have pitwall.live live timing turned on. ! Pitwall in chat if you want to pull up our live timing information. Ed Kerstetter, I think, still waiting to stop, or he may be in his pit box already. Paremba now on his approach to La Source. There's Kerstetter and it's just now coming down. So Kerstetter's green. Should be rolling down pit lane now. I think Paremba's going to get around him. Yeah, Paremba's going to clear him. That's another undercut. Hope's dashed. Meanwhile, the drag race out of the pit stop for Protocharge Simsport, we've got Josh McKean exiting behind Joseph Kostovich. There's Ryan McIntosh and Sean Piner. He's going to bleed in behind Sean Piner. Piner's on the outside of McKean as they get ready to go into Lake Holm. How's it going, Jixer? Well, Parimba, man, can use that Audi like a weapon, dude. I don't quite understand how he's that fast in that car. This is the year you get into baseball. You wait until there's a lockout and we miss, like, part of, like, the opening of the season to become a fan. What a legend. You rooting for the Pirates? Is that who you're rooting for? So Kerstetter trying to chase down Parimba right now. 7.172 seconds. It's white flag. So Parimba's on the final lap. And I think he's just going to do it. I think he's just going to punch the ticket right here. He's going into the bus stop for the final time. On corner exit. Taking the win, Matt Parimba in the 46 for Belgian Audi Club Team WRT. Congrats to him. Where is Kerstetter at? Kerstetter's got to be coming up to the bus stop right about now. Or no, he's already crossed. Him and Kostovich. Kostovich, McIntosh. Where is Piner? Piner's across the line. Then we got McKean. Southall. Blanchette. There's Patterson. Peter Greaves is going to come across the line next. There's Chris McNichol with Scrubs Go Racing. Chemo Sith in 12th. Nick Gonzalez in 13th. Paula Brady 14th in the Lead Paul Racing Audi. There's Justin Moffitt in front of Luciano Yads. Patty McNichol in the 33. Dan Tizarro for turn 1. Sam Ramsbottom. Karimba Bimba coming across the line. Will Bruner, Firelight Esports, coming into the bus stop chicane right now. Now, where is Mr. Justin Rowley? Why is my cursor not letting me move? Okay. We'll go the long way around. There's Paula, there's Chemo Sith, there's Rally, there's Carlos coming across the line right now. There's Brad Sievers in the Firelight Esports Jaguar. I think that's everybody. Fantastic. So that's race number 1 in the books. There will be a qualifying session that will take place after this one. Let's jump into the timetables. There's your race finishing result. You spun it on pit exit. Yeah, you're a Berg native. Yeah, I know Banshee. PA born, MD living. I'm in VA, Yuki. I'm just south of you. Almost past homeschool in the grass. So Parimba with the win. Ed Kerstetter in second. Joseph Kostovich third. That's your top 3. And then we've got Ryan McIntosh, Sean Piner with Crazy Rabbits in 5th. Josh McKean, Proto Charge in 6th. Luke Southall 7th. Kevin Blanchette with Sky High Beaver in 8th. Zach Patterson in 9th. Had the fastest lap of the race. Peter Greaves, homeschool racer on Twitch. You guys should go check him out. He's a good dude. He's 10th. Chris McNichol. Then we've got Chemo Sith, Nick Gonzalez, Paula Brady, Justin Moffitt. Right back to the garage and the timetable. Just cruising through the list here. So let's look at Division 2 standings here. So Division 2, no, not Chemo Sith. Where's he at? Blanchette would have been top finish there. Peter Greaves would have been second in Division 2, so that's good points haul for both of them. I believe we are going to qualifying 2. And it's kind of the same deal before, split qualifying between Division 3 and Division 4 runners. Does the qualifying actually start sometime? Oh yeah, yeah. Watch that, Chris. Passing on the grass will get you nailed. Reds versus the Braves. The two teams that we could do without, if I'm honest. I'm going to see if I can forward this session. I'm not sure it'll let me, but we're going to give it a try. Let's see here. Can I forward the session? Try it. There we go. Now we're rolling. So Division 3, Division 4 runners do get a shot at the qualifying now. Let's head out on track with some of them. Looks like we've got Jose, Brad Sievers, Will Bruner. Yeah, Will Bruner's in the front of the pack. Let's ride on board with Will. In the Firelight Esports, currently in the championship lead with, I believe, 18 points between him and Chemo Smith, I think is the amount. Not sure why Will's going back to the pits. Hope that's not a technical issue. Very little time. Justin Beachley's out on track in the Beach GT. Aston Martin. So as previously stated, everybody, we do have a second race for you tonight. There is going to be a 15-minute qualifier, 8 minutes for Division 3, Division 4, 7 minutes for Division 1, Division 2, before we go into our final 60-minute race of the season. What do you mean, Yuki? Let's go ahead and switch back on. Bruner's back out on track after doing some pit setup work. We're just riding on board with Beachley as he's out on track getting set up for his first flying run. Justin Beachley in the Beach GT, part of the Tracklicious Sim Racing family. That's how we got to know Justin. We've gotten to race with him in a number of different series, and he's been a participant of the 949 GT Sprint Series, and we're glad to have him and any of the NA racers from Tracklicious, New World, Box 3, OR. We got a lot of good NA racing in ACC, folks. You should definitely check it out. Couple recommendations I can make. Sign up for SimGrid. Go to their calendar option. What's great about the SimGrid calendar option, you can kind of see a full suite of what are the races that are happening in the month, and you can drill down into whatever day of the week it is that is kind of like your sim racing day. And if you want to do a league race, man, there's probably an NA series that's running. Some good folks across all the different communities. So let's take a look at Deltas right now. Paula, the donk for hire, going into Lake Home right now in the Lead Paw Racing Audi. Let's get a look at this livery. This is another one of those really pretty liveries in the 949 GT Sprint Series. The Lead Paw 48. Just another one of those. I love the retro colors, the light blue and pink. I'm a child of the 80s, so I'm really big into those kind of really poppy light colors. Jose Guzman, who qualified 10th in the start of the race, has had a race one to kind of forget. and probably hoping to punch a high ticket in qualifying again and convert it for some good points in Division 3. How's it going, Doggo? Seem to show the time gap between each driver instead of showing the time gap between, say, first and sixth. Yeah, so there are a couple of different like overlay setups you can get out on the internet. I don't use any of them because the ACC broadcast API and stuff like that is pretty challenging to use. It can be pretty buggy at times, but it really do be flooding out here. The rain is nuts. Well, I hope you stay safe, Banshee. For real. Stay safe, my man. So Beachley going to the top with a 21.712. Let's look at Will Bruner right now, who's getting ready to actually finish his lap. He's on approach to Blanchimont. Please just let me race with 20 seconds of damage. I'm sorry to hear that, Doggo. If a tree falls on my truck right now after I just got a new tires on it, I'm going to be so pissed. I'm sorry about that. I hope not. Out of the bus stop. So Chemosith going fastest with a 20.545. Bruner punches in 3/10 behind. Man, these two are going at it. This is great stuff. Beachley's got 2/10. Browley's got 1/10 as he heads down Kimmel Straight. Looking at Patty McNichol, he's got... he doesn't have a time posted yet. I think it's probably going to register when he comes across the line. It does not. He must have invalidated somewhere. Carlos is looking to punch in a time, too. Put the old tires on the roof and the tree will bounce off. Wow. Wow, Doggo. That's brilliant. That's some brilliant stuff. Let's talk about this legend right here. Brad Sievers in the Firelight Esports Jag. You guys want a soundtrack to listen to? Check this out. That is a heck of a soundtrack. And just mean on the downshift. Just so mean. Love it. I love it. So Chemosith's got 4/10 in the bank. Will's currently sitting on even delta. Brad Sievers goes 7th fastest. JQ's got 4/10. He's exiting Poolhome right now. Jaguar F-Type GT3 win. I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but I hope never. Like, I would like Jag to take themselves seriously before they start trying to put a GT3 car back in sports car racing. Because right now their production cars are kind of a meme. Like, what are you going to run? The F-Pace? Bruner converted 4/10 through Sector 3, but only manages to snag a whole 10th of it. So it's Chemosith, Guzman, Bruner are your top 3 right now in Division 3. JQ on top in Division 4, and he's got an extra second in his pocket, and he's going to punch in second fastest, 2/10 off of Chemosith. Excellent qualifying for JQ. Paula Brady got 2/10 as she goes through the downhill section into No Name Corner. So Division 1, Division 2 runners are going to be out on track now. Blanchette's out on track in the Lexus. Blanchette going into the bus stop. It's right on board with switch over. On approach to La Source. Let's get this out of the way. Ooh, through Eau Rouge and Redillion. Through Lacombe now. Looking through the deltas right now. So Blanchette's got 3/10. Paremba's got 9/10. McNichol's got 2. Kostovic has got 6/10. Through Pujon, carrying some good speed. It's looking tidy. Into LaFaney now. He's overshot the corner a little bit. Maybe he won't lose too much. Through Campos. Oh, he just lost all of his delta, man. Poor guy. Poor guy. Kostovic going second fastest behind Paremba. Tazaro comes across with a 2:19.8. Piner is going to have to take another shot at it. McIntosh has got 1.2 seconds. Man, McIntosh is flying. 1.5 seconds. Nick Gonzalez has got 1.2 seconds. To the top with a 2:17.8 for Mr. Ryan McIntosh in the Volante Porsche. Chris McNichol's got another shot. He's got 4/10 as he heads downhill towards Rivage. Josh McKean's got 8/10. Piner's got 8/10. Only one, conspiracy theory, only one McNichol can have a good quali. Nissan said GT3 went. Hey, you know, that's in Super GT right now. It's actually a really good looking car. Oh, and Piner puts it in the wall. Southall's got 7/10. McKean's got 1.4. Kostovich has got 3/10. Tazzaro's got 8/10. Let's actually hang on to Tazzaro. Become McNichol. Nick Mickle. Oh, man. So couldn't convert it. Oh, no, he did. 2:18.6, so jumps 5th fastest. Blanchette's got 7/10. As he max wait time, flying laps do count. Nickel Mac. Is that like the Big Mac? Is it the 5-cent Mac version? The Nickel Mac? Blanchette comes across line 7th fastest is going to be what he's going to have to settle for. Ed Kerstetter's got a 10th as he comes to Lake Home right now, so he's going to get at least one more shot at it. Sam Ramsbottom goes 20th fastest. Josh McKean's got 7/10 going into no-name corner right now. Matty Picknickel. Division 3 all within a second of each other. It's pretty tight in Division 3. It's pretty good stuff. Okay, comes across the line, 24th fastest. Kerstetter's got 4/10. Tazzaro's got 4/10. 2:18.3. The McNichol jeans are too strong. That's right, Mom of Cap. That's right. Looking right now. So, qualifying is done and dusted. Parimba on top with that 2:17.742. This can only end in disaster. It's up to you, Patty, to make that not the case. I'm putting it all on you, Patty. You said it. You said the D word. It's up to you. Let's go. I need to leave it off of return to garage because otherwise it's going to lock me out of the timetables. There we go. Oh, it's still locked me out. Oh, come on. Just ACC things, let me tell you. All right, so we got Parimba, Tazzaro. So Matt Parimba, pole position. Dan Tazzaro for turn 1 alongside him. Joseph Kostovich for 949. 3rd on the grid. Nick Gonzalez with Protocharge SimSport. 4th on the grid. Ed Kerstetter's 5th on the grid for a 949 Sim Racing. Kevin Blanchette with Sky High Beavers in 6th. Chris McNichol with Scrubs Go Racing alongside his brother Patty. P8 on the grid in the Chum Motorsport Porsche. Luciano Yads, 9th fastest in the Madhouse Racing Aston Martin. Madhouse boys are a lot of fun. You should go check them out. Another good North American community! !Mad in chat. Chemo Sith, 10th on the grid for Crazy Rabbits. Paula Brady in the Lead Paw Audi, 11th on the grid. Peter Greaves, Homeschool Racer, 12th on the grid in the 555. Justin Moffitt, Crazy Rabbits Racing in the 223. JQ in the Emil Frey Lexus 14th on the grid alongside Carlos Guzman in the Arcane Honda is alongside Justin Beachley in the Beach GT Aston Martin. Will Bruner in the Firelight AMG. He's alongside Justin Rowley in the RG McLaren. We got Sam Ramsbottom with Karimba Bimba in the Aston Martin alongside Shane Reeves for 949 UK. Brad Sievers in the the Firelight Esports Jaguar entry. Alongside Jose Guzman in the RG Racing Honda. Josh McKean with Protocharge, Luke Southall with Protocharge, Zach Patterson with Protocharge, 23, 24, 25th on the grid, respectively. Sean Piner, 26th on the grid in the 911, and Ryan McIntosh in the 188, 27th on the grid for Volante Racing. That is your starting grid. All right, let's get ready to go. Let's take a look. And this is it, everybody. While they're rolling to the start-finish line, I want to thank everybody who participated in the 949 GT Sprint Series over 8 seasons. Actually, all the series. The Driver's Challenge, everything we've run. It's been a lot of fun. Indeed. Thanks again to everybody on the back end. Paremba, Bergen, Chris PK, all the 949 guys. You guys have been awesome. Patty McNichol for doing the team championship this season. Chris McNichol for doing races on Wednesday with me doing broadcast. Cole Hawks, Sakame, everybody's been awesome. But here we go. Last race of the season. And it's off to a banger already. Matt Paremba is under pressure from Tazaro. Thanks, Racer X. I appreciate that, man. Let's jump back a little bit from the helicopter cam. Take a look at these cars as they get ready to go into Lake Home for the first time. Nick is getting a little high on the curbs. Both him and Kirstead are going door to door. But Nick's going to get the move done. Patty McNichol, he's got Chemo Sith in his rearview mirror trying to catch his brother Chris. Who the heck is out there frying the letter K to a crisp? Oh, you talking about Chemo Sith? Oh, Chris PK. Oh, wow. I just put that together, Yuki. That's Chris Pennycook. He's a good dude. Neltac, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words, everybody. It means a lot. Dan Tazaro and Paremba are... You can barely fit a sheet of paper between them. Tez is off to a heck of a start. Now, again, this is a 1-hour race with a mandatory pit stop. There is a 1-liter fuel requirement, but tires are optional. So I'm going to try and say that right. Is that SSK Dots? Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Could also be Skadots.
The car's fault.
So we got some collisions in the background. The 950, the 29 coming together. 77 of Josh McKean was involved as well. Into the bus stop chicane. Southall's going to have to bail out. Jose cuts across the corner and just over the curb. Yeah, I don't know if he just locked up or what, but man, he went straight over the curb. Yeah, I think he outbroke himself there. I think the cars being that close together, combination of draft, combination of 3 cars going into the bus stop. I mean, it was already pretty dicey with 3 cars going in, but that 4th car locking up and going over the corner. Blanchett, Chris McNichol going at it. Luciano chasing down. Looks like Peter Greaves. It's right on board with Luciano. He's losing ground to Homeschool. Homeschool, in the meantime, in a really good battle with Paula. What's up, Beachley? Minute of damage on lap 1? Where? Paula's starting to pull away a little bit now. Let's check in with Moffitt right now. So Muff in 10th right now. Currently chasing down Luciano. Or not, yeah, Luciano. And then we got McIntosh got around Carlos. Carlos is in front of Sam. Checking back through the front runners now. Kostovich gaining on Poremba. So we got Tizarro, Kerstetter. $52 minutes, 50 seconds. Chemo Sith pulling into the pits. Who's that behind him? Is that Gonzalez as well? People pitting early? This is pretty spicy between Kerstetter and Paremba right now. Teammates. Thank you for the follow, Strange Love ACC. Appreciate it. You're watching the series finale of the 949 GT Sprint Series. This is the race weekend format. We're doing our 60-minute feature. We got 52 minutes left. Some drivers have taken early mandatory pit stops. So Kerstetter getting the move done on Tez. Now Tez holding up Paremba. That's right on board from Kostovic's perspective. Paremba getting defensive right into the braking zone. Catches a little bit of the curb. Now the front runners are catching up to some back markers, it looks like. I think that's Sievers in the Jag. Why is that, Patty? What happened? Saw Keen. What do you mean? Did you get punted? Leaving the draft into the braking zone at the bus stop. Okay. Just watching this action between Luciano in Ryan's rear view, but Ryan's trying to find his way around Paula Brady in the lead paw Audi. How's it going, Panhydra? Man, there is a gaggle of cars. What is going on behind these guys? So Southall, and I think that's Muff. And then we've got Carlos, McKean. Oh no, what happened there? What just happened? That's Piner. Piner and McKean. What just happened? So Carlos is going around, or that's Jose going around Severs. So Paula now. So Ryan McIntosh gets around Paula. Paula's still in front of Luciano, though. Under braking into LaFanny. Man, we got to check in this battle at the front, though. We got Paremba catching Kerstetter. Last lap for Paremba. Let's pull up some pit wall data and take a look at this. Get a look-see at how the race is unfolding for the front runners. It's a little bit longer race. We can do this sort of thing. So, we got the data pulled up right now. Let's pull up that picture-in-picture frame. We do have Matt Paremba in the top right corner of the screen with Ed Kerstetter being chased down right now. Look at the delta between these two right now. Let's pull this up and take a look. Over the last few laps, Ed did get out to a pretty good jump. The pace has started to stabilize between the two right now. Paremba's had a couple of good laps gaining on him, but now the gap has grown from about 3/10 to about 6/10. So Kerstetter's trying to put some space between him and Paremba. It's going to be a lot, but we're going to see if he can keep this gap between him and Paremba and come home with the win. It's going to be a long road, though. We still got so much time. We got 45 minutes, 25 seconds left in the race. Patterson's in the pits, Piner's in the pits, Severs in the pits. Got to remind everybody, if you want to tune into that live timing data, it's free to use. Pitwall.live, you can get access to the live timing data. If you sign up for the free account, you get a little bit more information than just straight up live timing. There's lots of goodies, and the rates are pretty cheap. Like, I use the Pro version, which is $24 a year, and I like it. It gives me a lot of the graphs that I've been showing you guys over the season. I can pull up a little bit more information right here between Tazaro and McNichol to kind of give you guys an example of what I'm talking about. Let's take a look at it. So again, pulling up, I can select out of here, go into Tazaro, this battle between Tazaro and McNichol. And then again, we've got the gap chart here, and you can see how Tazaro has been losing ground to McNichol over time. And it does seem like, on the average, Tez is running about, still waiting for that data to update. Let's take a look at McNichol. Just waiting for the data to update for their average lap times. A 220.6 and then a 220.1. So there's about 5/10 in pocket for Chris McNichol as he tries to chase down Dan Tazaro in the turn 1 M6. Let's pull up the picture-in-picture right now. We got the leaders up in the top right corner of the screen right now. Kerstetter and Paremba getting close to one another through Eau Rouge and Radillon. Taking a look at some of the other runners out there. Tuning back into Paula, who's about 5/10 ahead of Luciano right now. Paula's been kind of around the action pretty much all race. That's why we've been focusing in on the lead paw Audi. But right now, Joseph Kosovich has got 8/10 between him and Matt Paremba. So it's a real close fight right here for the top three as we get close to the end of the season. What's up, Leon Brave? Kerstetter goes wide. Everybody goes wide on the exit of No Name Corner. Let's take a look at it from Kerstetter's perspective. See this train forming behind him? You have a full-time job now. Congratulations. Hopefully full-time job gives you the opportunity to do some racing and relaxing on your time off. 42 minutes, 6 seconds left in the race. Kerstetter seems to be holding his own against Paremba right now. What a shot between these front runners. We still got that pulled up in the top right corner of your screen. Let's jump back to JQ in Division 4, trying to chase down Justin Rowley in the 404 for RG in the McLaren. JQ was the Division 4 points leader going into the final round with the drop round calculated already. It's going to be interesting to find out how the points totals work out towards the end of the race. JQ had an unfortunate disconnect at the start of the race, but hopefully he got that 75% distance in race 1 to get that half points, or not half points, but 10 points. Got your first car? I think I said that, though. What kind of car? I don't think you did, Leon. I probably would have remembered that. Honda Accord EX. Running the Chanda. I get you, man. Accords are some solid cars. So I drive a Honda Fit because I like small compact cars living in the city. So that's why I drive a Fit. Also, I don't see a reason of paying for a very expensive car if it's just going to get dinged up. So we got the Honda, or the Honda Jazz as you guys call it across the pond. Tuning back in the lead of the race, Ed Kerstetter, 949 Sim Racing in the McLaren. Same V6 in the Pilot. Yeah, that's a chunky motor. In 2005, they were still kind of large, if I remember correctly. What is that? What is that? A 2.4 liter? So, looks like the Accord... Oh, 3 liter. 3 liter V6. Okay. Yeah, it is torquey. Let's check in. Ryan McIntosh in front of Luke Southall. So these two are duking it out. Now, they're pretty close on pace. Luke Southall probably got a little bit more straight line pace than the Porsche. Ryan McIntosh giving him a fight. Into the bus stop. Luke Southall on the inside pushing him out wide, but now the straight line acceleration of the Porsche kind of kicks in, and we're going to see him pull away a little bit before they hit the La Source hairpin. Carlos Guzman currently sitting 13th. Sam Ramsbottom in the Karimba Bimba Aston Martin. From the bonnet cam of the KB Motorsport. Aston Martin down the Kimmel Straight now. Honda's probably going to pull away a little bit more straight line speed, I think, than the Aston around here. Not quite at the halfway point. 38 minutes, 07 seconds left in race number 2, 1:25 p.m. on track. What's the track temperature looking like? We got 28C for ambient, 36 degrees on track, so it's going to be warm. Tough on the tires. That's unfortunate, Josh. Ooh, did Matt Paremba find his way around Ed Kerstetter? He did. Yeah, the Honda is definitely experiencing some oversteer moments through Lafani. You can see it, kind of the balance of the car. Looks like Carlos is fighting it a little bit. Bremba's starting to pull a gap on Kerstetter. Kostovich 1.173 back, and then we've got Dan Tazaro and then Chris McNichol. Tuning back into Carlos Guzman here in the Arcane Racing. Favorite car, as well as realistic dream car, is the Subaru SVX. Oh, looks like Southall and McIntosh had a moment. Paula Brady's catching up to him. Let's tune in. Going into Eau Rouge and Radeon right now. Oh, and now that is a big-time slam for the Volante Racing Porsche. That is a big F. So it's Paula Brady and Southall.
A car's fault.
Yes, indeed it is. That was pretty big. That was a pretty big. Do we have boiling tires? Yeah, getting any kind of aero damage on the Porsche around here is basically death. Southall on corner exit. He's got the inside line going into Lafani. Paula's going to let him go. So McIntosh and Yads are in the pits. McNichol and Blanchette are going at it now. McNichol goes into the pits. Oh, he touches the wall. That's unfortunate. Hopefully that's not too much aero damage, that it would hurt his chances too much. The aero around here is critical because you already shaved so much of it off to begin with for straight line speed purposes that any extra little bit that you lose can turn the car into an oversteering nightmare. No damage for that? Wow. Wow. Somebody needs to investigate this man. So Kostovich. You can see Kerstetter in the distance. Yes, there's a big old bonk. Oh, Jose getting dealt the DT. That's salt on the wound. Right in front of the Division 4 leader, too, man. That is going to be gutting. Indeed. Well, I mean, Yuki, the thing that I talk about a lot, probably to the point where most of the people that watch the stream want to turn it off, is that Spa is basically two tracks put together. You've got Sectors 3 and Sector 1, when put together, are pretty much a power circuit. Like, it's all about straight line speed. It's all about carrying as much speed as possible through some extremely fast corners like what we're about to watch with Kostovich and Kerstetter going through Blanchimont. And then you've got Sector 2, where it's all about getting the car to turn in, especially through some of the downhill sections when the car really, really wants to understeer a lot. So having mechanical grip enough like aerodynamic downforce to get the car to turn in, it becomes very tricky around here because you can build a car for Sector 2 or a car for Sector 1, usually to the detriment of the time that you would gain in those other sector combinations. Whoa, what was that? What was that at... We're going to zoom forward. Sorry, folks. Oh, that's South Hall and Patterson going at it. Man, that was some crazy moves. Looking right now, Peter Greaves is trying to catch Blanchette. Now, these two are really close in the championship right now. So, car 29 still has 2 laps to clear that drive-through penalty. Sam Ramsbottom still trying to catch Carlos. So right now, as it stands, we've got Poremba, Blanchette, Brady, and Guzman's got to serve a drive-through, so Cura would probably inherit the lead of Division 4. So Rally goes into the pits. We're at the halfway point now, so they do have to take a mandatory pit stop. That still has to happen for a good chunk of the field. Matt Poremba's pitting now. Kostovich is pitting now. So Kerstetter stays out. Interesting. What was Kerstetter's last lap? Let's actually take a look. Let's jump back into the pit wall data. I kind of want to take a look at lap averages between Poremba and Kerstetter. So if we actually turn on the GT3 runners, we take a look at the top 3 right now in terms of average lap times. Poremba's averaging a 2:19.6. Tezaro's averaging a 2:20.0. So Poremba's got some really good pace in hand in comparison to Tez, and it could come down to pit stops. 2:19.8 for Kostovich. So with a 2:19.6 and a 2:19.8, only 0.2 advantage to Poremba. Kerstetter's running a 2:19.7, so he's splitting Poremba and Kostovich. Looking at the lap times right now, we're going to see how long Poremba's in the pit box for. We'll keep that up while we're watching along. Here comes Jose in to serve the drive-through. Now, he cannot stop for service at this time. He's going to have to cycle through the pits twice, and it's a long, painful pit stop for Spa, for sure. Still waiting for the front runners to exit the pits. Run high wings on the front. So it's pretty much equal angles, front, rear. Still don't know the correct amount of downforce. 14%, 16% works well. Good night. All right, man. You have a good night. Leon, thanks for stopping by, dude. So it looks like still calculating on the times for pits. Now remember, folks, it's 1 liter. You have to take fuel, which kicks off a 25-second timer. If you take tires, it's going to be an extra 5 seconds, so about 30 seconds. And it's a long pit road here at Spa. Checking in with... All right, so 155.2 and 156.2. So Poremba shaving a second off in the pits in relation to Kostovich. That is massive. So there's Ramsbottom chasing down Guzman. Both Guzman and Ramsbottom have yet to pit. Kerstetter's going into the pits. Now let's switch over to Poremba. Actually, let's stay with Sam for a moment. I got my eye on the pit stop for Kerstetter. So a 55.2 would be faster than that, would be really beneficial to Kerstetter for trying to nail the undercut. So Sam goes into pits. Guzman stays out. Rap, punch, kick. It's all in the mind. I remember that game. That was a lot of fun. I had that demo disc. I played the crap out of it. All right, where is Paremba? All right, let's pull up the track map. So still waiting to see these front runners right here switching to green. Kerstetter switching to green. So he's going to be rolling down pit road now, but Paremba's at La Source right now. So I think he's going to be able to clear Kerstetter. Ooh, Kerstetter comes out right. Oh, man, they're going to be so close. Kerstetter's in the draft. What was Kerstetter's pit? A 54.5. He shaved 7/10 off his pit stop to close that gap down to Paremba. Fantastic stuff. Meanwhile, Kostovic, nowhere to be found. 4 seconds back. The pit stops around here are making the difference for folks in a big way. So let's look through the data. We're going to jump to Chris McNichol, who's trying to chase down Peter Greaves, homeschool racer on Twitch in the Ravens Reptiles, Scrubs Go Racing, Audi R8, GT3 Evo 2. Blanchette and Guzman in the pits. Pulling up that track map just so we can see in relation to where these guys are, where this middle pack right here of Blanchette, where's Guzman going to cycle out? Where's Tazaro going to end up in relation to him? And he is really gaining on homeschool. Exiting the bus stop. Comes across the line, sets a 225. Peter Greaves, homeschool racer, set a 220.7, so 2/10 in hand on single lap pace for Chris McNichol. Blanchette cycling out of the pits. There he is on pit road right now. He's probably going to cycle out the side. Oh, big cut to deploy the strategic track cut. They are side by side on approach to Lacombe. On the brakes. Chris stays wide. Homeschool's got the inside line on the curbs. Chris is going to make it stick, though. Now, he is definitely going to have gotten a warning for that one. Definitely. Blanchette's right behind. It's actually right on board from Blanchette's position. Actually, believe it or not,
No warning? Chris. 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 First of all, how are you even typing through Sector 2? Am I going to have to do it? Are we going to have to add Zoom? Are we going to have to add Zoom calls to the 949 GT Sprint Series? I don't believe you. Jumping back to the race for the lead, Paremba and Kerstetter. So after the pit stop, what is the performance looking like? So a 2:19.9 versus a 2:19.3. So Kerstetter is really starting to pick up the pace. Into Lake Home. Side by side, they're going at it, tooth and nail. Paremba's got the inside. Kerstetter's got the better exit out of Malmedy, though. Into Ravage they go. Through the data. What else do we have? So Bruner's starting to catch Rees in the Firelight Esports entry. Going through Eau Rouge. He said he was struggling earlier this season, or not this season, this week with the curbs in the AMG, but it looks like he's got the situation sorted. He took Eau Rouge pretty well off it. Tumbling down the order. Oh, that's after the pit stop. Through No Name Corner. Ooh, back end gets a little loose for Bruner. Ooh, car 223, Justin Moffitt getting nailed for speeding in the pit lane. That's unfortunate. Guzman gamesmanship going on here? What do you mean?
Here's Blanchett and Greaves going at it. Blanchett is gaining a little bit. So we got 6/10 between Blanchett and Greaves. 7/10 between Greaves and McNichol. Good close fight going on. Good close fight. I don't do that sort of thing, Josh. Ooh, wow. Man, Blanchett on the brakes really closing the gap down to Greaves. Are you... trying to think. Man, Blanchett really closed down on Greaves quick. Must be punished for his actions. So Greaves takes the inside line, but the straight line speed of the Lexus should get him clear by the end of Lacombe, and it does. You can't figure out why going 150 in the pits is a disqualifying muff. I mean, here's the thing. You go 150K in a real SRO pit, you're probably not racing there ever again. If I'm honest. Did you accidentally upshift a second as well? You didn't even realize it at first? It was so easy. Even had no pit speed limit? Not sure. It let you go all the way to the end and then tossed you? That's awful. That's awful, man. So Kostovich is gaining on Paremba now. Paremba really struggling in the second half of this. Jump forward. So Paula holding a 1.5 second gap on Ramsbottom. We're going to tune back into this battle between Paremba and Kostovich. It's the closest thing we got going on television right now, so... Oh, Blanchett and McNichol are about to go at it? Switch over to it. Oh my God. On the brakes into Lacombe. Chris is hanging out around the outside. He's going to have the inside line at Malmedy, which is pretty OP. Southall on the inside. 10 minutes, 40 seconds. And by the way, Chris, it's Lexus. Lexus will have you know the plural of Lexus is Lexus. Yep, only 10 minutes. Looks like mandatory pits have been taken up and down the grid. Blanchett switching to the outside line. It is Lexus. You can Google it. From Toyota's own words. Now you can say it's Lexi. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you don't. Just telling you what the manufacturer says. So after Chris had to bail out, slots in through Eau Rouge is the draft wash. No, looks... Let's look through the field now. Bremba is losing ground to Kostovic again. I appreciate the kind words, Muff. That means a lot. I'm glad you enjoyed your time racing with us, man. I hope you and the Crazy Rabbits guys get into some of this other NA community action stuff. You got the Trackalicious multi-class Thursday night season. You got New Worlds Pint Series. You got Trackalicious got a GT3 series. You got the Euro trips at Box 3. Box 3 is also doing the Beer League. So, just a lot of good stuff going on, man. Just a lot of good stuff. And then as far as the Enduro stuff goes, I don't know what your weekend times are like, but Box 3, Trackalicious, and 949 are doing the 6-hour series that's going to be once a month. I think starting in May. Bremba on the defensive into Lacombe. Parimba's going to survive for another sequence of turns. Appreciate that, Banshee. 5 minutes, 50 seconds left in race number 2. I'd agree with that hot take. I just want an opportunity to race Suzuka. That's me. Chris McNichol, Zach Patterson going at it. Well, actually, it was Chris McNichol and Zach Patterson. Now it's Chris McNichol and Peter Greaves. Although Kostovich has gained a little bit more time, so we'll switch back over because this right here is probably the closest fight we've got on track right now. Kerstetter is gone. Kostovich gets around Parimba at the bus stop. Kerstetter's 7 seconds up the road, man. He's in another world. Now that was wide exit. That might be a warning for Parimba. Kostovich is trying to pull away now. Parimba fighting back. He backs out of it at Ulholm. Downhill double left-hander. Ooh, Parimba goes off. He's going to have to do the rejoin. That puts Tez in the mix here. Into Lasource. Tez on the inside, pushing the turn 1 Beamer. Now, straight line, the M6 should start to pull away, but got to get through Eau Rouge without dying first. Drive through for Sam Ramsbottom. Into Lacombe. 2 minutes left in the race. Kerstetter, when he comes across the line, should trigger white flag. Ooh, Kostovich is off. Oh, and Tez sneaks around the inside. So does Parimba. I wonder if they didn't take tires. And it's just fallen off. Come on. Come on, Daniel. So Kerstetter definitely going to be triggering white flag here in a moment. For sure. Speeding in the pits, 150 kilometers an hour. We'll do it to you. Drive through cleared for Sam. Kostovich trying to catch back up to Paremba, man. I think their tires are just straight up thrashed at this point. Maybe Kerstetter made it around with time. No, it is white flag. Down the Kimmel Straight they go. Paremba hangs on. Kostovich is fighting. I think Tez took tires and these guys didn't. I'm calling it now. Like, I'll have to wait and find out, but I'm calling it now. They took tire, like Tez took tires and they didn't, because these two are just like, they're fighting their cars more than they're fighting each other right now. Or maybe they did take tires. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. It is 37 degrees on track. It is by a stretch. Paremba just letting him go. They might have gotten the PSI wrong. You know that for a fact? Oh, I missed Kerstetter's end. Comes across, takes the win. Ed Kerstetter for 949. Sim Racing taking the win at Spa for the feature race. Dan Tazaro is going to come across in second. Joseph Kostovich is going to come across in third. Paremba's going to take fourth. Southall is going to come across fifth. Blanchette will finish sixth. Beachley's behind him in 16th. Patterson coming across seventh. Chris McNichol is going to take eighth place in front of homeschool racer Peter Greaves in ninth. Paula Brady is going to take the Division III win for this race in 10th. Carlos Guzman behind. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to catch. He's going to have to big boy send if he's going to throw it up the inside right there. But I don't think he's got anything for Paula. I think the lead paw. I think she's got it on lock. Carlos Guzman in 11th. Justin Rowley, he's going to come across the line in 12th when he gets through Sector 3. And then Luciano Yads, Chemoseth. So Ramsbottom, Beachley, Guzman have all finished 15th, 16th, 17th, respectively. JQ will finish 18th. Bruner 19th. Shane Rees is in the pits 20th. And then everybody on back. So Bruner, so JQ, Bruner, they've all come through now. So there goes Justin. Luciano Yads has yet to cross the line. Exiting the bus stop right now for Madhouse Academy, Luciano Yads. Madhouse, they've been racing with us since the beginning. Also a bunch of cool people, ! Mad in chat, if you're looking for the Mad Canadians. And Chemo Sith. For some reason, I don't see checkers for Chemo. Why do I not see checkers for Chemo? You're going to have to wait for the points calculation on that because drop rounds will take effect. You'll just have to wait and see. I don't think Chemo realizes this. He's not checkered. Chemo's got to do another lap. Thanks, Ripper. Yeah, I don't think Chemo realizes it, that he's got to do another lap. Oh, the session is ended. Nope, it's keeping him in 14th. I think that means it's... I think that means it still counts. I don't know why I didn't show the checkers, though. Because he would have finished... Why does it not show him as having checkered flag? Weird. All right, let's go to the timetable. Kerstetter. Let's see here. Game borked. Probably. That's probably it. Like, I'm not sure when he would have crossed the line. We'd have to go back to the replay and take a look anyway. So, let's get the other thing out of the way. So, Ed Kerstetter on top. Dan Tizarro. Turn 1 taking a second place finish, man. Yes, Paula is in voice chat. Okay, can I get Ed Kerstetter, Kevin Blanchett, Paula Brady, and Justin Rowley? That would be awesome. Hello, Paula. Can you hear me? How are you doing? That's fantastic. Tell me about your race. Tell me about Spa.
So I managed to work out the kinks a little bit, and I think I felt like throughout the entire race, like through like 99% of it, I felt in control. So, and I think that was probably the most important aspect of like getting me this far, is just to have consistency and security in how you race. So like I'm like there were some corners that I struggled with, but in the end, I feel like I did really well and was fast enough to justify what I did. So
I'll be honest, Paula. I goofed up, and they didn't hear like the first, I want to say like 20, 25 seconds, maybe a minute if you're talking. But here's what I want to ask now, because I want to make sure that people get an understanding of what this kind of event means to you in terms of getting this kind of goal and achieving, you know, everything that you worked for up until this point to come to Spa, to do this race weekend format, which is one of the tougher sprint race formats out there. Tell me about this in the context of your season, though. What does it feel like to win the last race of the GT Sprint Series? It's been a season for you. Tell me how that feels.
It just really feels like all the work that I've put in, all the practice, and just wanting to be better at ACC and sim racing in general is just paying off. Because to be completely honest, I am really hard on myself, especially when I'm not doing so well. Like there were some instances like in like Mazzana was a bit of a struggle, but I managed to pull through. But I definitely had some good races as well. Like I absolutely loved Kialami. Like even if it was dark and in the rain, but I still knew the track because I've raced on it before, and because I'm driving it in the Audi, I've grown to love it really rapidly, because it's like that track is fast and the scenery is beautiful. But that's like besides the point. But I really feel like as I said before, I feel like all the hard work is paying off, and considering just what I do now in my free time, like streaming and racing, this really feels like, you know, the fruits of labor are finally ripe, and I can just pick them off and show that this is what I can do, and the only way ahead now is forward, and I'm really happy with that.
That's fantastic to hear. I'm glad that you were able to be a part of Season 8, and I'm glad that this work that you've been putting in is starting to pay off dividends for you. Congratulations on the division win at the last race. Again, that's got to be a massive achievement to kind of like put a nice bookend to your Season 8 experience. Thanks for racing with us, and we'll keep an eye on you on socials and on Twitch and stuff like that, and we're looking forward to seeing what else you can do in the sim racing world. Again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Oh, we got Ed in here too. Mr. Ed Kerstetter, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Well, I'm gonna try and get through your questions, because I know that you got little ones. It's probably past their bedtime and everything like that. But you're also a working guy, so I want to make sure that people can get to bed early and stuff like that. It's a late race. Tell me about Spa, though. Tell me about your last race.
Oh yeah, it went pretty good. Had a good race up there with Baremba and Kosti and Cesar. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
You said it right.
Dan. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. A little bit of trading paint, and just happened to get the tire pressures right on the second race there after the pit stop. And I think Paremba ended up taking used, so it kind of made my job a little bit easier there. But it was a lot of fun.
Understood. So with ending on a high note, taking the win, last race of the season, tell me about your Season 8 experience. I know you missed some races and stuff like that, but you've been racing with us in 949 now for, I want to say, 4, maybe 5 seasons now. Tell me about your Season 8 experience, though, overall.
Yeah, it started. I think it was this season where the 1.8 patch came out.
Yep.
Okay, so I felt really good before that 1.8 patch. I think I was able to race with at least give McIntosh and Southall a little bit of a battle. And then after that patch, I don't know. I still haven't gotten back up to that point. It just feels different and doesn't mesh, I guess. So middle of the season was a little bit of a turning point, and then me, Kosti, and the guys are doing the SRO. And so we put a lot of laps in at Spa, and I think I got feeling a little bit more comfortable with the post 1.8 stuff at this point. So so felt better. A little low in the middle, but like you said, ended on a high note, and looking forward to next season when that starts up.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, and congratulations on you guys getting into silver in the SRO Endurance. Looking forward to watching you guys Again, congratulations for a Division 1 victory at the last race of the season. Ending on a high note, man. Looking forward to seeing what you can do in future series, man. But yeah, just congratulations. And thanks for racing with us. Really appreciate it, man.
No, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me part of the 949 team and enjoy racing with you all. And yeah, looking forward to Cups next.
All right, have a good night, man.
You too. Take care.
Mr. Blanchette?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can. Tell me about Spa, sir, in and on a high note.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. The first race was not very good for me, but I had no competition in the second split, but I had pretty bad track limits in the first few minutes because I had no good lap in, and I did a few mistakes that cost me stupid, like two turns in a row and one lap after. So the whole race I needed to be super careful, and I knew that Grieve was like quite enough behind, so I basically took it safe for the first race. And the second race I had quite a few good fights with a lot of people, and but I missed my pit stop quite a lot. But my second stint was super strong, so it was super fun.
Well, you've got to be really happy with that result. That's going to be big for you in the points. I'm not sure with Mike not being here and the drop round calculations. I'm not sure how that's going to work out.
I'm pretty sure he still wins because his drop round actually was worth 24 points right now, and mine was a DNF. So I calculated with the win today. I'm still like 7 points behind.
Well, still, man, you gave him a fight up until the very end of it, man. Tell me about your 949 Season 8 experience overall.
Yeah, it was super fun all around, and it feels super good to win Spa. Like my only other victory was Spa last season as well with you, and it was like my second ever race in a league. So it feels pretty good in the second split last season.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, again, congratulations for winning the feature race at Spa, last race of the 949 Season 8. Thanks a lot. Thanks so much for being a part of the show, for everybody watching at home and stuff. And again, congratulations, and looking forward to seeing you in series in the future.
Yeah, I'm super happy to be with you, and I can't wait to your return after the hiatus.
Indeed. Thanks for the kind word, man. Absolutely. Appreciate you, man. You have a good rest of your week, okay?
All right, thanks. Have a good one.
Justin, can you hear me?
Hey, yeah.
Mr. J. Rowley joining me in the interview booth. Division 4 victory for the feature race. That's got to be a nice ending to your Season 8 experience here in 949. Why don't you tell me about how Spa went for you?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels good, right? This is my first competitive league, really. I think I joined like one race last season, so this is the first shot at a competitive league outside of, the standard pub matches. So, I mean, ending on Spa, which is my favorite track, and winning, I think both, feels really good. So that was fantastic. I mean, the first race was a bit more hectic, a bit more intense battling on the track, some door-to-door racing. So that was pretty intense. But I think, ultimately, there wasn't a ton of people out from Division 4. But that being said, a win's a win, so I'll take it. But yeah, so race 1 was a lot more intense door-to-door racing. I think there was a few bumps here and there, but I think some people might not have been so lucky on their strategy, so I think I did well in that category and pulled ahead. Yeah.
Sounds good, man. All in all, it seems like you've been progressing with the Maka all season. Tell me about the evolution of like developing yourself as a driver-car combination.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting because I think that's been like the most fun thing I can take away from the league this year is just the development, right? I mean, at the very beginning, I was asking questions in the chat that were just so incredibly, looking back, it's just, asking what PSI should my tires be, really like new base questions, like up until mid this league, maybe halfway through this particular season, I was still using whatever brake pad, the standard setups came with, and then someone said, hey, you should be using brake pad 1. So everyone's been super helpful. Most people have not been salty, and it's been great to learn. The McLaren I find really planted. It was just a car that I had, a lot of people suggested online. It was great to make a livery for it, which is always fun to race with, and it feels great. I'm definitely going to stick with it in future. Hopefully they don't nerf it too badly, but the evolution's been a ton of fun to make setups, learn the car, learn the tracks. And huge thanks to this league for the great organization, to yourself, Whelp, for the amazing broadcasting, because that's always appreciated, and it's great to go back and watch these, because it's really made sim racing really fun for me. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you for the kind words. We try here at 949, and I certainly try, especially when sometimes I forget to unmute the chat when people are supposed to be going through interviews. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for participating in your first competitive league here. That means a lot. And I'm really hoping to see you out on track in some of these other NA community events, because I really feel like we're starting to get a nice influx of newcomers, specifically in the North American region. And yeah, man, just seriously, I can't say it enough. Congratulations. Good book into the season. And yeah, man, just looking forward to seeing you back out on track in a future series, man. Congratulations again.
Thanks so much. Yeah, it feels great right back at you. Hopefully I'll see you on the track. Thanks a lot.
All right. Have a good night, man.
You too.
All right, folks. That is going to be the show for us. That's going to be a wrap for Season 8. Let's take a look. Man, who to throw it over to? Let's figure out who out here is doing some GT racing. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over to I Am Slow. I'm going to get this raid queued up for you guys. But before we go, I want to take an opportunity. Let's talk real talk. So we're going to be on break after this. It's going to be a while, but we'll be back when there's a little bit more content to have some fun with. But in the meantime, I want to urge you guys and girls, please go out there and take a look at these other NA communities that are out in the wild. Because there are so many North American communities that are getting spun up. Some that have been around as long as we have. Some that are just now getting their foot in the door. Apollo, thank you for being patient with me accidentally cutting off like the front part of your interview. Again, congratulations on the spa win. Yeah. What else can I say? Gonna ask weekly when the next season is. Tez, I appreciate that so much. Thank you, man. So yeah, but definitely check out the other North American leagues that are out there. Check out Trackalicious, check out Box 3, check out New World, check out OOR. There's so many good NA leagues out there. There should be racing for you any night of the week. Give those leagues a shot. And quick shout out to the upcoming GT3, GT4 multi-class with Trackalicious on Thursdays. Also, be sure and check out the Euro trip with Box 3 and the Arrival season. There's just going to be so much good racing. You got the New World Sim Racing Pint Series. New World's doing M2s. Box 3's doing M2s. There's just so much good racing. Just be sure and check it all out. And we'll be back. And I'll be streaming. We'll be doing 949 things. So just keep in touch. Use the 949 Discord. Join me in chat in Twitch. Use that as a wonderful place to hang out and just, talk about sim racing. But yeah, so we're going to throw it over to I'm Slow. You guys and girls go over and say hello from 949. We appreciate everybody who has stayed around to watch. We appreciate everybody who's participated up and down the divisions. Nobody is, there's no, everybody's on equal footing with us. We appreciate all the support that we get from people in the community. Shout out to Patty for the team championship. Shout out to Chris, Sakame, Cole Hawks, Shy Guy for joining me in the booth over the mini seasons of 949. Shout out to Beltan and Coasty, who without doing this with me, it wouldn't have been possible. Shout out to Chris PK, Shane Rees, Ed Kerstetter, Matt Coffin, just so many people. Can't thank you all enough. Shout out to Bergen Paremba, Lord Ullum. You guys are awesome. Definitely thanks for everything. And we'll see you guys in the next one, whenever that is. But in the meantime, I'm Slow. Go say hello. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy. Be sure and leave space for one another. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.